Peace, 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 and welcome to Love Sirya's Divine Channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this reading and tuning in. And if you are returning, thank you for your support again. We're going to tap into these messages to see what divine guidance does Holy Spirit wants to share with the Divine Collective at this moment in time. I want to provide the disclaimer that the messages that I articulate are simply knockbacks or confirmation of things that you are intuitively sensing and knowing and feeling yourself. So you will know if this resonates, okay? If it doesn't, please do not force it, okay? Just simply let it go. We're going to tap in. Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. What messages do you have for the Divine Collective at this moment in time? We have the Knight of Swords coming out, okay? The King of Swords and the Hanged Man, okay? For a lot of you all, you were in serious planning mode. A lot of things have been suspended in the air. You were feeling stuck. There was no action being taken, okay? But with this Knight of Swords and this Knight of Wands, you all are taking action. Whatever was on pause, whatever was whatever was delayed is what I'm hearing. Something that you was working on, something you were planning towards was in delay. I'm being told to switch these because the Hangman was the first card that actually flipped over. So you all were in a process where you were having to wait, having to be on hold, having to be patient. There were some things that were delayed from you receiving. It's like you had a lot of work that you had to do in your current environment, in your current circumstance, in your current situation, where you felt like you were stuck, where you felt like you were hanging on by a thread. You felt like you were just suspended in air, that things were not moving, things were not shifting. It was very stagnant energy. Okay, and this was divine intervention because there were certain sacrifices that you had to make. There were certain mental blockages that you needed to alchemize, that you needed to shift, that you needed to change, okay? And what I'm seeing here with this King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, and King of Wands, okay, is that not only are you all taking action, it's time to take action on the plans that you have created. You're also doing it with confidence. You're doing it with confidence, you're doing it with courage, and you're doing it like head first. A lot of you all are going into this head first, yes, because intuitively you know that this is the way, this is the path towards your happiness, towards your peace, towards a whole new beginning. It's time for the energies to be reciprocated here with this the Six of Pentacles. It's like a lot of you all were in suspension, you were on pause, you were on hold, you were in solitary, because you were tapped in to receive divine messages, divine guidance from your spiritual team, intuition, tapping into your intuition, tapping into your divine guidance, your divine wisdom. You were taking a lot of time to mentally restructure your mind, your belief system, the things that you were doing. You all were having to revise plans, really be a bit more intellectual, a bit more logical about your movements, not be too impulsive. And a lot of you all had to work on your spiritual rank as well. You were called to really tap into your divine essence, your divine confidence, your divine masculine power, whether feminine or masculine, okay? Whether you're a man or woman, you were being called to really tap into that divine masculine energy, to really think before you move, think before you speak type energy. And now you all are in this balanced energy where your mind and your spirit, your mind and your passion are in cahoots, are on one accord, and now you're able to take deliberate action towards the things that you want, towards your happiness, towards your peace, towards love, towards abundance. And it will be reciprocated. All the work that you did in solitude, all the work that you did on your own, all the work that you did building yourself, rebranding yourself, um, overcoming your fears, overcoming your doubts, overcoming insecurities, all of the work that you've done is about to be returned to you tenfold. It's about to be reciprocated, okay? Because you followed the intuitive path, the intuitive guidance. You really tapped into forbidden information. Um, it's like you all were definitely walking by faith and not by sight. And now the truth is being revealed to you. Not only is the truth being revealed to you at this moment in time, but you all are on the path towards happiness, towards greatness, towards a second chance at life. Like the horn is being blown right now for you to rise, rise and shine. That's what it's giving. It's giving rise and shine. Okay, you all are getting out of this stuck energy with this Eight of Swords because you learned, okay, or had to learn with this Hanged Man that you're the reason you were in suspension, the reason that your blessings were being delayed, the reason why the opportunities that you were going after were being denied, was for your protection because you were not heading down the right path. It's like a lot of you all were moving impulsively. Um, and it was causing a lot of consequences that hurt you in the end, a lot of consequences that got you tied up into people, places, and situations that were not for your highest good, okay? But you are coming out of that stuck energy. You are being reborn, you're being liberated, you are being freed, okay? Simply because you did the work to shift your mind, shift your perspective. You did the work as far as making the necessary sacrifices, and now you took the risk, right? You took the risk towards new beginnings. You took the risk to have that faith. Like I said, a lot of you are walked by faith and not by sight, and now you are about to come into contact with a reality, with an opportunity, with an experience that's going to be so rewarding, so fulfilling, um, that is literally going to make you feel like you're riding off into the sunset with everything that you could have ever wanted. Okay. You all are about to embark on a whole new beginning with this Ten of Swords that came out. This is the ending. This is like Pentacle energy. Like all of the, wow, with the World card at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. You all are ending this cycle, a cycle of, I'm hearing that you all were ultimately betraying yourselves, ultimately sabotaging yourself, because like I said, you were moving impulsively, you were hopping into things too quickly, you were moving too quickly, taking steps, taking action just a little too quickly, which was causing you to have a lot of consequences. And you were asked to really slow down, to really tap in and mature. Okay, a lot of you all were in this night energy. Now you have moved and matured and enhanced to come into this king energy where you are still not afraid to take action. It's like you still have the youth in you that's motivated, that's passionate, that's willing, right? But you're now in a more wise mind frame where you know how to move accordingly to divine will, to divine guidance. And now, because you're no longer betraying yourself, sabotaging yourself, you're no longer experiencing those things as well. It's like every time you made a choice that was against your morals, your values, every time you made a choice that was against your intuition, what you intuitively knew was not good for you, but you like still did it out of maybe, I don't know, people pleasing, out of fear, I don't know. Getting into these situations caused other people to also backstab you, to um, also tear you down, try to get over on you, betray you. Like these are experiences that you were attracting simply because of how you were treating yourself, how you were treating your life, right? Now you're taking your life more seriously. Um, You're taking your life more seriously, and it's shifting your whole reality where you're not going to have to do too much for things to be manifested. Okay, with this world card, you all are definitely ending a cycle and beginning a whole new cycle. For some of you all, you may be traveling with the world card. Okay, some of you all may begin to travel. You may be moving on to bigger and better things, whether this is a new job, a new home, a new school. A lot of you all are moving and about to experience a new reality. Okay, let's get some more cards here. Thank you. We have anger. Your expectations are not met. Creating frustration, express it in a healthy way, release, growth, balance. Yeah, you all just went through a major growth spurt where you really had to work on your anger. You really had to work on balancing out your energies, balancing out your mind and your passions, right? This is why you all were in suspension on hold, because you had to learn how to express yourself in healthy ways. Okay, a lot of you all were a little too cold, a little too standoffish, a little too controlling, a little too forceful, a little too invasive. Okay, and a little too manipulative, right? But you've done the work. We have shadow alchemy, turn shadows into gold by shifting your awareness, empowerment, rebirth, right? We saw that with this judgment card and this hangman. You all have shifted your perspective. Okay. You are being reborn. Now you're feeling empowered to move forward, to really go after the things that you really want. We have avoidance. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. Confrontation and progress. Yeah, you all are no longer avoiding the work when it comes to taking action, when it comes to heading towards your goals, when it comes to manifesting the things that you want and really acquiring the things that you want. It's like you're not taking the shortcuts out of comfort. It's like even if I have to pause and think and plan before I take action, that's fine. You all are no longer chasing instant gratification. That's what I'm hearing with this avoidance. You are honoring the process. That's that maturity. Okay, we have deception. A slippery slope erodes trust. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity. Integrity, transparency, and trust. Yeah, this is how you all are moving. Like I said, a lot of you all were moving a bit manipulative, a little bit controlling. You were a little cold, standoffish. Weaponizing your intellect against people is what I'm hearing. We have lack of awareness, missed chances, and unseen risks. Seen, seek facts and stay open minded, insights and opportunity. Okay, we have arrogance, not seeing flaws hinders growth. No limits to learn and improve. Okay, we have humility, awareness, and growth. With this, I'm seeing that this moment in time where you were being denied, being delayed, being rejected was for you to gain the awareness of your arrogance. A lot of you all weren't aware of your arrogance, weren't aware of how you were manipulating people, how you were deceiving people to get what you want because you all were taking shortcuts. Okay, and you did not really see how your anger and frustration and how your expectations were fostering an environment of anger, of an environment of frustration where things were imbalanced and your needs weren't met, nor was it the people around you needs were met. But you were very arrogant. Like I said, for some of you all, you are weaponizing your knowledge against people because you continue to keep yourself around uh, ignorant folks, and that's not a diss to them because ignorance just means a lack of knowledge, which means every human being on earth is ignorant. Okay, let's just be very clear. Nobody knows everything, but at your level of intelligence, right? The people that are around you are not as intelligent as you, so you are weaponizing your knowledge against them because you knew that these people kind of relied on you for knowledge, for information, right? So now you have been reborn, one, understanding your power and your abilities and your roles in your community, and that now you're going to see reciprocity. People around you are going to start pouring back into you in a more respectful manner. They're going to actually be able to help you grow, to help you on your path. And then you'll begin to meet new people as well. A lot of you all, like I said, are moving with this world card. So a lot of you all may actually be moving and may come into contact with people, places, and things that are actually in alignment with who you are now, what it is that you want, what it is that you're working towards. Okay, that's where this new beginning, this second life at chance, this growth, this getting out of stagnation, this leap of faith, this risk, this happily ever after energy is coming from. Okay, we have battle within. The greatest war you wage is against yourself, inner conflict and resolution. But this came out in reverse on top of the high priestess, which lets it be known that yes, you all did the shadow work. Y'all went in um and won the battle that you had against yourself. And what it was your ego versus your higher self. Okay, this is right underneath this anger. You all were being ruled by your anger because you were so disappointed, you were so um frustrated that your expectations were not being met and you were not expressing it in a healthy way, and it was causing an inner conflict, an inner battle with you because you knew better but you weren't doing better type energy, right? We have relentless craving. Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom. Consumed, eroding habits. Okay, with this man like opening his cage and this being on top of the sun card, I feel like a lot of you all have been revealed the truth about your addictions, about your relentless cravings that were not conducive to your growth, that were not conducive to your happiness, that were actually keeping you in bondage, keeping you stuck, keeping you stagnant. Okay, you all have done the shadow work though to alchemize this addiction, where you make it work for you and not against you. Okay, we have heal through art. Express your shadows in art and let healing unfold. Creativity and expression. Okay, this is why you all are about to receive a whole new beginning of blessings, of love, of gratitude, an overflow of abundance, because you all healed through art. You did the work. Okay, Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What other messages do you have for the Divine Collective? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. Oh, we have addiction coming out on top of this judgment. It says compulsive need despite consequences. Get support in therapy, healing, liberation, and support. Yeah, you all are being liberated from whatever addiction has kept you in bondage for a very long time. Okay, you've done the work. A lot of you are always judging yourself for this addiction very, very bad, like overly criticizing yourself, but it motivated you to get the support that you needed, and now you are being liberated from this addiction. Okay, whether this addiction was a substance, a person, a place, a thing. Okay, we have the unknown. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, and faith. That is coming on top of this Eight of Swords. A lot of you all kept yourself in bondage, kept yourself in comfortable situations, kept yourself small simply because you were afraid of the unknown. You were afraid of who you would be if you set yourself free from these addictions, from these people, places, situations, from these mental beliefs that was keeping you stuck, that was keeping you stagnant. Okay, but you surrendered. You surrendered. Okay, a lot of you all, like I said, begin to walk by faith, not by sight. And now you are beginning a whole new world, a whole new reality. It's like you've shifted. um you shifting perspectives allowed you to shift timelines where you're operating in a whole new universe. Okay, it says to embrace the light, first acknowledge the dark. Trauma, seeing, going deeper. Okay, you all are about to embark on a whole new journey where you're about to learn more about you, your gifts, your powers, your talents. Okay, your purpose. You're about to go deeper than you thought you could ever go. A lot of you all feel like you've already gone deep. It's like I've already gone deep. Ain't can't go no deeper. And it's like ain't wrong. You can actually go much, much deeper. Okay, we have no boundaries at the bottom of the deck. Right. That's why you can go much deeper, because there's no limit, right? There's no limit to growth. It says difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, limits. This no boundaries coming at the bottom of the deck with this world card. I am seeing that a lot of you all are going to choose to walk away from people, places, and things who are not meeting your needs. And you're actually going to respect yourself more. And in doing this, you're going to care for yourself more by moving to people, places, and situations and environments that are actually conducive to your growth, conducive to um, who you've become, who you've matured as, who is conducive to your level of intellect, your level of knowledge, your level of awareness. Okay, a lot of you all are definitely walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Okay, Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. Can we get some more messages here for the Divine Collective? Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. Thank you. We'll take the one off top. Okay, we have the Kalaratri. But with this coming at the bottom of the deck, the Chinamasta, and the head being severed, just letting it be known to me that you all have cut something off at the head. And because you've cut something off at the head, this is why you have ended a particular cycle and are beginning a whole new cycle, okay? But let's read this Kalarachi. Okay, we have the number 32 here, which breaks down to the number 5. So a lot of you all are experiencing major shifts, major changes, and transformations. Okay, March 2nd may be significant for some of you all. February 3rd may be significant. But it says, she appears beneath the cloak of night, revealing the truths that must be known to set the heart free. She offers you an opportunity to engage in a profound and enduring transformation. This will lead to a profound rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but that pain is temporary, and you will emerge renewed and released. In time, you will greet your rising destiny from an entirely new and improved inner foundation. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Okay, with that sun card, the sun card, the Ace of Cups, and that Judgment, that is a whole new life, a whole new reality that you all are stepping into to experience. Okay, you are in your power. We have the empty room coming out, okay? Which is letting it be known that yes, you all were in isolation for a moment in time. A lot of you all did just go through maybe the dark night of the soul, another one. For some of you all that's been through it, you just embarked on another one and didn't even know that you was in one at the time. It's like, because I've already done one, I have to go through another. And it's like, yeah, you did. So now you're coming out of it. For others, this might have been your first dark night of the soul. But irregardless, it was a moment in time where a lot of you all were put up, put away, put into isolation, being rejected, being denied because you really needed to sit with yourself, really sit with yourself, really tap in, because there was a lot of healing that you had to do, a lot of shadows that you had to that you had to address and confront and alchemize, so that you can mature. A lot of you all have matured spiritually and mentally, and it allowed you to have an imagination and allowed you to have a perspective that ultimately saved you from this quote unquote dungeon. Okay. The empty room, we have the vortex, the abyss, the nothing. When light, it says spaciousness, potential, possibility. When dark, it says addiction, insatiability, more for more sake. Yeah. You all was put into quote unquote asylum because you all had to fight a particular addiction. Okay. This relentless craving that kept making you feel trapped in bondage that was preventing your growth. Okay. It says the empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting within the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be with the nothingness, be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. Okay, so for a lot of you all, this is the energy that you're currently in. For a lot of you, you are currently suspended and wondering and questioning, why am I not moving? Why am I not progressing? Why are things not changing? It's because you are being called to sit still, to retract, to go within, and to really alchemize and process your anger. Okay, process your expectations, take notice of how you're treating people around you. Okay, so that you can move forward. Okay, make sure you're not sabotaging others, sabotaging yourself. That way, you're not receiving that energy in return. Making sure you're not being too impulsive, that you're actually thinking before you're speaking, planning before you're moving, all of those kind of things. Okay, if you're out of this energy, congratulations. You saw that a new reality is on the way for you to experience. Okay, and regardless, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. I would love to have you. And otherwise, I shall catch you all in the next reading. And I am sending you love and light. Thank you for watching. Peace.